Big thank you to Posthorn PR for providing a key to Paper Perjury. In Paper Perjury, you solve a series of cases as a newly hired police clerk, Justina Smith. Discover the truth behind a string of suspicious crimes, work with the energetic Ernest Hunt, and dig for clues in the paper trail to discover the secrets that paperwork can hide. Paper Perjury is available now on Steam. I enjoyed Paper Perjury. I haven't played a game like it before, which is actually kind of weird because I really love detective and mystery type games. This one, it does kind of remind me of the Phoenix Wright games, probably similar to that, but I haven't played those either, which, y'all, I know you're judging me. I know you're judging me for that. But if you like that, it seems like you'd probably enjoy this one. In Paper Perjury, you play as Justina, like I mentioned earlier. She's a police clerk. It's her first day on the job, and you uncover some secrets through some paperwork and realize that something else is going on with a case. You end up helping Detective Hunt on that case, but things kind of escalate and a string of cases end up unfolding that you end up helping Detective Hunt with to figure out what is really going on. I really enjoyed the aspect of the stories kind of interlinking. There's about 5 cases in the game, and having each of them kind of escalate to the next case was really cool, and seeing characters reoccur through each case was really interesting, and it just kind of left me excited for what was going to happen next. Just kind of seeing who was going to pop up in each case and how they were going to be involved in this huge conspiracy that you're uncovering while you play the game. You go to different locations in each case, sometimes multiple locations per case. You can collect evidence, search each room or each area that you're in, even if it's outside. You can talk to people in the area, you can get statements from them, and then you can even challenge their statements and dispute what they say using evidence that you find. You can also always go into the menu and look at your clues, a summary of what's going on, even kind of what your next directive is, and you can also see profiles of the people you've met. So if you're ever worried that you're going to forget something, don't, because all the information is always available for you, even mid-conversation. Like, you're never locked into a conversation. You are always going to be able to look back and see kind of what you have to make your accusations and things like that. I really enjoyed the aspect of debunking these lies. Like, every time dispute came up, I was just like on the edge of my seat. Like, did I pick the right clues? Like, is this actually going to work? Sometimes the dialogue would lead to some awkward kind of conversation if you weren't on the right track, but the game never punishes you for it. You can just go ahead and click a different piece of evidence and kind of maybe reevaluate what you were thinking. So there's no punishment, which I really like. There's no running out of time for anything. You actually can take your time, and if you want to speed things up, there's actually controls that show on PC at the bottom of the screen for a fast forward. I believe you can go backwards or rewind. You can look through statements multiple times. And it's really nice to be able to have that much control so that if you forget something, you can just take a look back at what their statement was. Though this bar did bother me sometimes. When I plugged in a controller to the PC, that bar went away. But unless I did that, the bar was always there. Like, there was no setting that at least I found. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't see a setting to get that to go away. And it was just bothering me because it was so close to the text box. So I ended up just playing with a controller, and actually, to be honest, primarily played on my Steam Deck. But there was I noticed like tutorials showing you what buttons to press for controller. I almost immediately, I didn't really play through any of the game without the controller because that bar immediately was just personally bothering me. So I actually had to just go in the menu and kind of read through the controls real quick to remember like how to open your case files or how to do certain things. So just keep that in mind, that if you are going to play the game, just maybe take a quick look at that. And I did personally find controller was more comfortable for me. But if that little bar doesn't bother you, just go ahead and play it on PC with no controller. Like, there's no issue. It was just like a personal thing that was bothering me. So because I played it primarily on Steam Deck, I did play it on controller, but I could also put it up on the TV. And I often play these detective type games and mystery games with my sister. We usually it's the two of us sitting and playing these games. We're actually hoping to get a video out where we both talk about some really awesome detective/mystery games that we've played together this year. And I thought it would be only fair for her to kind of mention what she thought about them, because we played some really good ones. Being able to hook it up and play with her on the TV was so awesome. I love that versatility with the Steam Deck. So if you like that, feel free to use it on your Steam Deck. I had no issues with it. It ran fine. Actually, there was one, no. Now that I think about it, there was just one issue where sometimes when it turned on the first time, it didn't like register that there was like a controller. It was kind of strange. So like, I just closed the game, opened it, and then it would work. I have no idea why I would do that. The only thing I can think of is rearranging controllers. For some reason, maybe it didn't think that the actual Steam Deck in my hand was a controller, and so probably should just go in there and change that up. But other than that, like, it's so minor. That is like the only thing Steam Deck was acting up about, and that's a Steam Deck issue. Like, other than that, everything ran fine, and it was honestly my favorite way to play because I got to take the cases with me everywhere I went. And so if that's your favorite way to play, definitely check it out there. I don't think it's officially verified, but it should be. It works great. Overall, I really enjoyed the game. I'm still working through the last couple cases. I couldn't finish the game before I got the review out, and that's honestly because there's a lot of reading. I know some of you want me to mention some things that maybe some of you find uncomfortable in games. Obviously, this game's gonna have an absolute ton of reading because it's kind of low-key like a visual novel, like interactive kind of thing. So you're just going to be reading a ton. Like, my sister and I usually read out loud and make voices for the characters and stuff. But if you're just sitting by yourself, you got to read everything. And I know some people don't love that. So let that be known. This is not voice acted, but I really loved it. The characters were written really well. I thought the pacing was good. I didn't have anything wrong with that. It wasn't obviously grindy, and you can save at any point. This is really important. You can have auto saves on, or you could just save the case at any point you're at and literally just close the game and then open it back up, which was nice because if I'm in a waiting room for something, or I'm just taking like 20 minutes and that's all I got to kind of jump into another piece of the case, you can do that. You can play in these short increments and still get through a lot of the story and get things done and save wherever you are. You could be mid-conversation, mid-interrogation, and you can do that, which I really liked. I liked not being locked into something and having to replay it a lot. And even if I did, you could just press the skip button. It would just fast forward through like everything. You can also have an auto button. At least on the controller, you just hit the trigger and it'll automatically have everything cycling through. So if you can read fast enough and keep up with it, you're good there. And you don't have to keep like pressing A just to go through all the dialogue. But if you don't mind reading dialogue, it was really good and well written. And it honestly made my sister and I laugh a lot. Like, it was a bit like witty and quirky, and it was just a good time, honestly. Just a good time. Big shout out again to Post Horn PR for sending a key over for Paper Perjury. Definitely check it out if it looks interesting to you. And again, if you like this genre of detective mystery games like the one I mentioned earlier, you're probably going to have a really good time. Thanks so much for watching. If you ever want to catch my live streams, you can always check the homepage and see what live streams are coming up next. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will have another review video out very soon, and I will see you all in the next video. Remember to stay safe, hug your loved ones, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!